Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Jessica's channel. Today we're going to talk about how you are a spirit and you are experiencing life as a human and what that means. What are you made of? What are the things that either are leading you towards walking with the spirit or walking with the flesh? And I will put up a diagram here just to show you what I am talking about, because it's very important to look at the visual to understand what you're made of. So at the center, you have who you are, your essence, whether you're either being led by God, love, your creator, or you're being led by the flesh, by the physical appearances, the disbelief. So there are two very distinct paths you can go down. One is faithful to love, one is faithful to God. It's knowing that we are all connected, that we are a big family, we are brothers and sisters here on earth, and that we give what we take, and whatever we are giving, we're going to get back. And the other one is being very selfish and knowing and thinking that we're not connected and that it is just me for me, and I'm gonna scratch my back, and that is just being very selfish and just doing things for yourself and not giving. Being of the spirit and following the spirit means that at the center of that core, that you are acting with God in mind, that you are looking at life through the lens of love. And when you look at life through the lens of love, you see how everything else aligns: your emotions, your will, and your mind. This is really where you set your intention, because as we know, God is mind, mind is mental, or the universe is mental, the life that we live is mental. It comes from our thoughts and what we think. So knowing that, we know that God is thought, God is word, God is mental, and God became flesh, which is us. He made us, He created us in His image, and we are children of God. That is what that means. So when you let God lead, everything else in that circle, in that inner circle, begins to align. Your mind aligns with your emotions, your emotions align with your will, because they all turn and they all power the same thing: love. They all are leading you towards love. So we know that emotions are really, really powerful. They are energy in motion. They are what give us direction, what help us move, what get us in the direction of doing and of really being. So when you set your intention, which is your mind, on things that are righteous, on God, on being true to who you are, then you align your emotions. And sometimes your emotions are not going to align, or sometimes you will have suppressed emotions that are kind of icky and that you don't want to really feel, but you must feel emotions like sadness, anger. But all of those emotions are messengers. They're telling you something. So when your emotions are in flow, they push you towards walking with God's will, and then you're able to direct your body, as opposed to your body directing your mind, your emotions, and your will. And then you're stuck in this cycle of sin, of behavior that isn't serving you, of patterns that are old and that keep you stuck in your current reality that aren't serving you. So the difference is walking with God, knowing that you are a spirit first and foremost, and that this is all really an illusion. An illusion in the sense that it's coming from us and that we get to change what we don't like, or walking from the body and just not being present, not being conscious, not understanding fully what God has given you and all that God has blessed you with, and knowing that we are all connected. So in these two paths, it's very clear, it's very distinct which way you can go and where you can end up, because these are life-changing, moment by moment decisions where you get to decide. You have free will. You get to decide if you walk by God, if you walk with the spirit, or if you don't. And every decision, every little decision, is a ripple effect into who you are. You move throughout this world by deciding who you are, by thinking and being and acting. So you act as who you think you are. You act as in your self-image and who you believe to be. And if you believe to be a child of God, if you believe and you know that God made you and that God made you a masterpiece and that you are always a work in progress and that God works through you and no one is perfect, but you came here to give and you came here to serve and you're going to give the most and best of yourself, then you're going to act in that way. But if you came here and you think that it's just you that needs to be fed or you that needs to be served, or you don't give back, you don't realize that we're all connected and that we're all a family, then you're going to fall into a pit of darkness. You're going to feel awful, because we feel the most alive when we are aligned with our soul, with our purpose, when we are doing things that give back and that give to others, because that is truly the light that comes from within. So we know that life is mental, that everything comes from us, and when we listen to God, when we listen to that calling on our lives, we begin to produce fruit. And you can tell who people are and where they are in their stage of awakeness, in their stage of being in Christ or being in Buddha. Those are just enlightened beings that came to the earth that were able to realize their divinity and their essence, and they're children of God, and that they create this reality. And when you are able to understand that you are what you do, you see people for their truth. You see them for the fruit that they produce. So either they're walking with the flesh, the body, and the fruit is poisonous, it's strife, it's quarreling, it's jealousy, it's division, it's hatred, it's jealousy. Or they're walking with the Spirit and their fruit is peace, their fruit is patience, their fruit is compassion, their fruit is faithfulness, their fruit is joy, their fruit is love, their fruit is gentleness, their fruit is self-control. And it's all a timeline, right? It's all a graduate. It's like, where are you in your walk? And it's all about understanding that you can change, and that one small change can ripple effect into your life. So be very observant about where you are on your walk with God, and that you have the power to change your life, that you don't need to wait for the outside world to change. You can create heaven within. The kingdom is within, and once you change from within, the outside starts to change as well. But it all starts with one small step at a time. I hope that was helpful. I will see you all next time. Bye.